Hello, mouse fans. I'm the PC Expert Amateur, and we're going to take a look at the Micropack Digitally Yours Pink Ergonomic mouse. And it is it is wired, and it's the model number MP-V01-PK. And this is what it looks like. And as you can see, it's a fairly tall one, which is great for me because this fits my hand perfectly. I love it. The only thing that I would have liked for there to be was perhaps a bit of a ledge along the backside here. But other than that, I'm really pleased with it. It fits very comfortably. I was using a different mouse that you'll also see today if you are paying attention that was almost as good as this one, but not quite. But it was also wireless. So both of these mouses are good for people with large hands like mine. Now I can almost palm a basketball. I can pick it up, and then after an inch or two, it drops. So I can't really get one up with my hand. But it does have really quiet keys, with the exception of the key for the scroll wheel. That is the only thing, or not actually the key itself, but the scroll wheel itself. The scroll wheel makes a bit of a ticking noise. But the mouse keys themselves, or buttons, of which there are so many, as usual these days, right? So you've got the regular ones here, and then you've got the two regular browsing buttons here, and then you've got the DPI button right here. Now, I'm a little bit frustrated about this button because there are 4 DPI settings for it. But when I asked Micropack, they responded there are only 3, 1000, 1200, and 1600. Yet, when I put it on the lowest setting, it's according to 3 different websites that I used that evaluate your DPI setting. It was somewhere between 450 to 550 DPI. Also, but weirdly, when I tried to evaluate the other DPI settings, 1000 usually came out correctly, but the other ones would come, the other 2 came out, instead of 1200, it'd be like 2000 something, and then the one that's supposed to be 1600 would come out as 4000 something. So I'm not really sure what was going on with that, but there are 4 DPI settings, even though they say there are only 3, and I have tested that over and over again to make sure that I'm not incorrect on that. Now, it does have a fairly long cable. Let me just show you. Although I could always argue that it could be longer, but as you can see, it's pretty long. Now, it doesn't have any colorful lights, which is great because I don't like colorful lights on my devices. It's a waste of electricity and waste of money. It's got their little emblem, and that's about it, really. I mean, it does have a couple of these pads for the bottom of the mouse to help it to skate along surfaces better. It works just fine on my lovely wrist rest for a mouse that actually is also a mouse pad, and I don't have any problems with it, and it's probably going to be the one that I'm going to keep using for as long as it works, because I've got a few others, as you may have noticed from looking at my videos, but this is so far the one that is the best for me, and I can't off the top of my head think of anything else that I would like for it, except for the color. Yeah. Now, I know that this mouse, which is a little bit different in terms of the fact that it is kind of slanted, so it's like halfway between a mouse and a vertical mouse, or not even halfway, maybe a third of the way. Yeah, that's pretty much it. but I do know that it does come in other colors. I couldn't find the other colors, but I know that it's there because when I looked at the listing at the bottom of the listing, it had a different model number, and that model number suggested that there's also a green. And I did actually briefly see the green listed, but when I tried to go back to it, it had been switched around by the website. So also Micropack does have some other mouses that are very interesting looking. One that's a vertical mouse that has a bit of that's fairly standard but a little bit interesting looking, and then the other one is a regular mouse, except for instead of having that curve all the way across, it has this kind of like pad for the palm, and then there's an overhang, and it actually is like a cave underneath there, and then the buttons are down below. And I hope at some point I can get one of those so I can see how those compare to other mouses in terms of how it feels, and what the pros and cons of it might be, because I've never seen that kind before. So they also have a trackball, but it's a thumb trackball, and my thumbs have arthritis in them from using them a lot over 58 years. So I probably won't be trying that one out if I get the opportunity. I might try it out long enough to tell you guys about it, but it won't be my daily mouse. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.